Hello, hello. Thanks for stopping by. This is Beneath for Windows, developed by Camel 101 to be released sometime in the next few months. I stumbled on this game as part of Steam's Next Fest, which is a demo showcase that's currently running for the next week or two. It's showing a bunch of up-and-coming games, so I clicked through 10 or 20 of them to find this one. It's described as a Cthulhu shooter, to which I say, yes please, and I gave it a download. I love first-person shooters and I love cosmic horror themes, so this was a no-brainer for me to install. I gave the demo time. I think I put in 4 or 5 hours, and during this period, I feel like I didn't make it very far at all. This took some serious slogging to get through, and I got through very few areas. It was constantly reloading and trying to figure out what's going on. It is in demo mode, and as a result, I'm certainly finding little things when I start to play. Pretty common amongst demo games, I think. You get 3 difficulty level options, but it turns out no matter which one you select, it defaults to the easiest level, which turns out is not easy at all. This initial level zone, however long it is, it feels like it's probably going too fast, and it feels far more difficult than I would have expected for the start of a game. They just dump you into difficulty really quick. There are also little things you run into from time to time, like a screen telling you to press the B button to close it when they really meant the A button, but that little stuff, you see that in demo games all over, and it's not much of a bother. It's easily fixable. This game's mapped for both a controller and a keyboard, which is great for me because I certainly prefer using a controller for this type of game. We start with no video cutscenes, nothing to tell us what the story is. We just get some text that sort of explains where you're starting. It's not really the most clear what the story is, but you're starting out in a sub, or a sub-bay anyway, and you're trying to rescue people in the station. I'm guessing it's a science station of some sort. They tell you that your name is Quinn, you're looking to find a cure in the base somewhere, and that's kind of all you need as far as the plot goes, I think, at least for this one to start. The graphics, they're certainly modern, they look super solid, and it's you wandering around this station just looking around and trying to figure out what's going on. Quickly, you run into opposition. First, we run into these zombie creatures, and when you kill them, their heads might pop open, and these little sort of a tentacle monster pops out. This is similar to like a Resident Evil 4, maybe, or The Thing. You'll kind of have to kill them, I think, again. It's fine. There are also soldiers that show up in full military gear, and they're shooting at you for some reason that I can't explain. I guess they can't tell that you're not a monster, or that you're not infected? I'm just guessing. I would have thought if a soldier saw another soldier, which I believe is you, they would be like, great, but instead they shoot you dead. So you wander around the sub area at the beginning, you have to open a door, and while I'm walking around getting my bearings, I realized there's no jump button. I was devastated to see this. You can't jump on or over anything, and it feels like an unnecessary way to cripple players. When I see a box or a crate on the floor, I want the opportunity to jump on it or over it. I can do that in real life. When you don't put it in a game, I get frustrated. After you get out of the sub area, you run into some chaos pretty quick. And that's kind of where it brings us to weapons. You have a hand-to-hand weapon. It is a crowbar. Hand-to-hand weapons are a staple for shooters like this, whether it's a chainsaw, a knife, a fist, depending on what game you're playing. Here we have a crowbar. I guess it looks okay, but I think it handles too slow to be useful. Half-Life has a crowbar in it, and I've dispatched thousands of enemies with it. Here, I'm doing everything I can to try to not use it in combat. It takes too long to use, and you run out of energy real quick. It feels just really slow with its timing, and it doesn't feel very good to me. And that's unfortunate, because it kind of forces me to use it at different times if I want to get through an area. Because we do have guns, but there's not enough ammunition right now. If the crowbar felt better, I wouldn't really care about this lack of ammo so much, but I hate using it, so ammo becomes even a bigger problem for me. We're going to be shooting at zombies, or infected people. They could be infected with a virus or with an alien thing for all I know. Eventually they do go down, but it takes bullets. When you fight humans, which you're going to be doing in this game fairly quick, it's like the second enemy you face, they seem to take even more ammo to put them down, and of course they're shooting at you. We're talking the first level. I had to load this game more than a dozen times before I managed to get through killing a few zombies and then trying to kill 5 or 6 soldiers. It took me forever. You don't have enough ammunition, and the weapon sizes on screen, they kind of feel like some of them might be a little too large. They sort of block what you can see on the screen, and as a result it just makes aiming tougher than it should be. And for a game where you have very little ammo, that's a bigger problem. Reloading also takes too long. If you're in the middle of a firefight and you need to change a clip, it feels mechanical, painfully slow. Painful. And you're probably dead as a result. I don't like a game where if I have to reload, I'm probably dead. And that's what I felt like here. It took me far too long to get past this first little cluster of soldiers. Far too long. This is level 1. I was really struggling what was supposed to be an easy mode. Eventually, I did get past it. I had to load this game a lot. And then the area right after it opened up a little bit, and there wasn't as much opposition. It let me wander around a little bit and get a better look at the environment, which I really liked. It looks great. Very interesting. Clearly there was some sort of a catastrophe here, and you're going to be finding audio files on tablets that sort of fill in a bit of the story as to what's going on. I guess some monster showed up, and it infected or killed a bunch of people, something like that. You're just starting to unroll the plot a little bit. I was also really excited to see that there were workbenches available for you to modify your weapons. You find scrap as you wander around, and when you get enough, you can use that to buy upgrades. And it kinda makes the early part of the game even more strange to me in retrospect. The early weapons feel really weak and clunky. If they get better over time, yeah, that might work pretty well. But the question now is, how do you find a balance in the early part of the game to make sure you aren't useless as a player before you get enough scrap to upgrade? This upgrade potential could potentially fix all the gripes I'm having with the guns. But there's also a missed opportunity with these weapons. We have a crowbar, but it would be awesome if you could smash people in the face with the butt of a rifle, like in Halo. I found myself trying to do this with a controller, and the function just wasn't there. So I wanted it, it just wasn't available. I'm also happy that there are no foolish flashlight mechanics. It just turns on. None of that garbage that you see in other games. None of this fine battery stuff, at least not yet. I mean, the flashlight also isn't that great, but it's not a bother, and I like that feeling. It's not something I have to worry much about. But overall, this game kind of just feels imbalanced in different areas. And that's today, and that's something that could easily change tomorrow. I opened a room filled with zombies. Early on, I had to lure them out one at a time and around a corner just to try to kill them. And after I killed all these zombies, I got maybe 10 bullets as a reward between all the zombies I killed, and those bullets were caliber types that were scattered between different guns, which means now my shotgun had 3 shells, my assault rifle had 8 shells, my pistol had 2 shells. Oh my gosh, they're just scattered amongst all these different guns. What good is that for me? We're only getting bullets in 1s and 2s or 2s and 3s. There's no real substantial pile that I would find like in another game. And after I managed to kill all those zombies and got a little bit of ammo, which took some pretty serious effort, I unplugged the battery from the wall, and I had to head back around a corner to put it in a different battery port. Standard opening door mechanics. On my way there, I was instantly ambushed by half a dozen soldiers, and there's no way I could survive this attack. No way possible. If my aim is good enough, they still don't go down quick enough. I don't have nearly enough ammunition, even after all my conserving of ammo. I'm figuring I've been short at least 40 assault rifle bullets. That's if I was lucky with my aim. You can't switch between weapons quick enough to scroll through different ammunition types to get to the guns that do have the ability to shoot. And I certainly can't reload a gun quick enough if you run out of ammo on the spot. There's no way for me to get through a firefight. It's going to take tons of reloads and running around corners and trying to get them one at a time, and I'm going to have to use that stupid crowbar again. This was the spot where I got super frustrated and decided to stop playing for now and just finish writing the script as it is and just give a snapshot of the demo today. I really shouldn't be this frustrated on the easy mode for a demo game. I think demo games should really try to draw you in by giving you some sense of accomplishment early on, and slowly ratchet up that difficulty as you progress. You got to get people interested, and you can't just expect that the story is enough to hold people. You need to gear them up with something interesting in your gameplay mechanics. The story itself, I'm interested enough to see where this goes, for sure. I just don't want to be tortured while I'm trying to experience it. My best guess for early tweaks: double the ammunition capacity of your weapons and give me that ammunition. Let me gun everything down. Give me a jump option and a better melee offense. And don't make these humans so easy to sponge up all these bullets. I've unloaded entire clips into guys and they don't die. Especially in the early game. You want to make them super difficult after I've purchased this and I'm five levels in? Absolutely. But in the early game, you got to give me the ability to kill some stuff. It is in demo, of course, so the developers are working on it right now. And all these little balancing items, I'm sure they're going to be adjusted before release. I mean, as of this script and me playing it even today, they've already pushed at least one update today, so they're moving through it. My early complaints are kind of basic. It's probably going to be fixed pretty quick. This game looks great. I want to play deeper into this for sure, because I love this type of a horror story, and I'm very curious to see how it's going to progress, so I'm definitely keeping an eye on it. Well, that's all I have today for Beneath for Windows. A little rough right now, but man, does this look great, and relatively smooth too. I'll have to say I like it overall. I'm hoping that they adjust the balance to make it a little better to play early on. Thank you for stopping by for a look. Hope to catch you on another video.